Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your daily dose of zombies news from the game and its community here on COD Zombies HQ. Thank you so much for tuning in today, where we have a lot to talk about, from Treyarch making pretty massive changes to Black Ops 6 Zombies that'll let you use Quick Revive and Dying Wish without fear, the max armor power-up now finally being worth it in-game, changes to the Wonder Fizz machine, and a claim of a new Easter egg being found on Liberty Falls that I need you to take a look at too, because I can't help but feel there's something off with it. So without further ado, let's kick things right off with our first story of the day. Let's talk about the new changes to Zombies Perks Treyarch is making when this update drops tomorrow. The first is in regards to Juggernog, where Treyarch says they addressed an issue where the reactive armor augment would stun brain rot charmed zombies. Just about the only zombie you don't want to be stunned is the one that is on your side, so a good change there. And I don't know why they're doing this, but they're also changing the machine on the map itself, where Treyarch says that they've improved the lighting on the Perk machine. So I assume they're making the model of the Juggernog machine brighter on some maps. Next, let's talk about the changes to the Quick Revive perk, where if you weren't aware, one of the most popular augments in the entire game, a Dying Wish for Quick Revive, which lets you become invincible for 2 seconds when you normally would have taken damage that would have brought you down, was totally busted before this update, where it would be activating, removing Quick Revive from your inventory and potentially downing players when it wasn't supposed to. The reason why was, for whatever reason, Dying Wish didn't account for if you had armor on. So it would always think a hit from a zombie was doing the amount of damage it would when you had 0 armor. Well, Treyarch seemed to fix this today, saying they addressed an issue that caused Dying Wish not to account for armor mitigation, though it is still important to note that if you do have PhD Flopper as well as Quick Revive and Dying Wish still won't know that you won't take damage from a frag if you cook it for too long, and it will activate Dying Wish like in this clip, so just still don't do that with Dying Wish. Next, let's talk about the change to the Wonder Fizz machine, which I think is a good one, where Treyarch says that the Der Wonder Fizz will now appear on the map when loading a save past round 25 without needing to progress to the next round. Before, when you loaded a save past 25, Wonder Fizz would not spawn into the map until you progress the round, but now when you hop in, it's going to be there for you to use when you need it. Next up, Treyarch made a very good change, one that I think the entire community has been asking for since this game launched, and that was making a change to probably the most useless power-up in this game. It's the max armor power-up, and before it would just refill your armor to max, which would just melt away so fast, it's just not a great power-up. But Treyarch listened to the community, making it so that the max armor power-up will now also fill the player's reserve plates, giving you full armor and 3 armor plates in reserve. And I would expect that the buff to this power-up will probably get even better as the DLC season goes on here in Black Ops 6, where a new perk, maybe Death Perception or Mule Kick, will likely let you carry an extra 2 armor plates, giving you a total reserve of 5 every time you get the power-up. Next, Treyarch made some changes to the zombies maps themselves, starting with Terminus. I think this is probably going to make some players a little upset if they haven't done this already, where Treyarch says that they addressed an issue that caused additional amalgams to spawn when loading a save. So when you loaded up a save of Terminus and you had an amalgam on the map beforehand, it would spawn a second one in, so you had 2 amalgams spawned into the map at once. But players were using this as a method to unlock the Fatale Dark Ops calling card, where you have to take down 2 amalgams with a single shot. Spawning in the second amalgam made that a lot easier to do, as you can do it at a lower round, but that method will no longer work after this update. Now heading over to Liberty Falls, Treyarch says that they've addressed an issue where an abomination could spawn outside the exfil zone during an exfil attempt. That is pretty annoying, especially if you have to go chase after it. Next, Treyarch says, and honestly, I thought this was a feature of the map and not a bug. The amount of times I've seen players reporting, hey HQ, a parasite spawned into my game of Liberty Falls where there should only be vermin. I thought Treyarch intended parasites to spawn out of zombies on Liberty Falls, but apparently they weren't, where Treyarch says that they've addressed an issue where parasites could spawn on Liberty Falls. So if you found one of those flying buggers in your match of Liberty Falls before this, Apparently you weren't supposed to, and you no longer will after this update. Next, Treyarch is adding the first suite of DLC weapons into the mystery box, adding the Krieg C, the SOG, the Siren 9mm, and the Power Drill. They also made 2 weapon changes that I'm surprised it's taking them this long to fix, where Treyarch says that they've addressed an issue where the AK-74 would have downward recoil. This would only occur when the weapon was papped, and when you fired it in zombies, instead of recoiling upwards, it would recoil downwards. So it was good luck trying to have your brain and your fingers compute that difference, right? Pushing upward on your stick when your weapon's firing, or upward on your mouse to try to negate the recoil. Well, you won't have to worry about that after this update. Next, Treyarch also says they addressed an issue where some weapons would have the wrong rarity displayed. I'm sure you've seen this a bunch of times. It was really annoying, where it would display that you got a weapon of legendary rarity when you picked it out of a loot crate or within the vault on Liberty Falls, but in fact the weapon rarity was anything but, and it would do it for like rare and epic weapons as well. Well, Treyarch says that is no longer an issue. Next, trying to make some zombies challenges a little bit more easy, Treyarch says that they've reduced the amount of progress needed to complete various zombies daily challenges. They haven't told us what challenges are being changed here, but perhaps they're talking about one that I know a lot of people don't like to do, and I think it's the Chew 5 Gobblegums challenge, which is quite a large number for a small little bit of XP. Wouldn't be surprised to see them reduce that in the latest update. So while Treyarch seems to be making the daily challenges easier, one change that is not being made easier are the fixes to the remaining Dark Ops calling cards. They have fixed a whole bunch of them, but one they have not is the close call calling card. That one is still definitely bugged if you are going for 100% completion here in Black Ops 6 Zombies. Okay, next up, players have been hunting for a new side Easter egg on Liberty Falls, with a whole bunch of different theories emerging on how to achieve it, from using the deer heads to taking down security cameras, the birds on the map. A whole bunch of things have been tried, with apparently none of them successful, but it seems like someone is claiming that has changed, where a Zombies player on TikTok claims someone sent him this clip. I want you to take a look and listen and see what you think.
I took a hit.
So Buddy shoots one of the destroyed security cameras inside the Etherella room where Quick Revive was located while down, and then shoots the TV, only to have an image of Richtofen, I think the SAM device from the opening cutscene, and the Project Janus logo in quick succession on the TV before going back to static. Now, I haven't seen this in my own game before. I couldn't replicate it for the life of me, nor have I seen anybody else talk about it, which could leave 2 possibilities. Either that, yes, this is some part of a new Easter egg found on Liberty Falls, or some goof edited their footage to try to claim a new Easter egg was found. If it is edited, it doesn't seem super obvious, but I'd love to hear if you've seen this in your own game, and if you have, how can you replicate it? But that wraps up the news today, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, consider hitting the thumbs up button down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you with another Zombies news update tomorrow. Peace!